the one thing that you are probably missing in your business, it gets overlooked so often. It gets pushed behind and delayed so much. It gets forgotten about and neglected, but is literally the missing piece. It is the Holy Grail. It is everything that is going to help you get to the next level with ease, flow, and fun. And most importantly, it's going to feel so fucking good. Do I have your attention? Are you like turning up the volume of like, just tell me what it is? Like you're teasing me so much. Well, that's on purpose. Sometimes I like to be a little bit of a tease. But this is just something that gets overlooked. And I think I do this very, very well, to the point where a lot of times I'm on autopilot and I don't even know that I'm doing it. But it is the missing fucking piece for so many entrepreneurs that I work with, and I'm surrounded by. And when you do this thing and you do it over and over and over and over again, and it's not what you think it is. You may be trying to sit there and guess what it is. I guarantee you it's probably what you don't think it is. But when you do this is not just a one and done thing. This is, again, over and over and over again. And like, I want you to think about it like the more you do it, it's going to just compound faster. You're going to quantum leap faster. So before I tell you what it is, because I'm a tease, I want to give a shout out to our podcast sponsor of the day, which is like one of the OGs in my world, Ariel Dotson. I have known her for over a decade. She's worked on my team. She's been a client. She has an amazing mission of a nonprofit organization that I want to tell you all about, because I think it's so important. So Core Legacy's mission is to raise awareness around adverse childhood experiences like abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. They are hosting their third annual Help Carry the Weight Walk, which is a 30-day challenge in June, where challengers walk 1 mile every day with a weighted backpack to represent the weight of childhood trauma that people carry around into adulthood, which is just so powerful. You can learn more about it and sponsor a mile for $25. I'll make sure that you have the link in the show notes. This is an amazing organization to support. They do such great work. Ariel truly loves what she does. I remember years and years ago, she's like, Nellie, I'm going to start a nonprofit. I was like, that's amazing. And then I remember the day that it was official for her. It's just so good and so powerful. So drum roll, please. Are you ready for the missing piece? Again, it's probably not what you think it is. I'll stop teasing you now. It's not nice to tease for too long. So I want you to ask yourself, how much are you giving in your business? Not giving to your business, but giving to the world, right? Before receiving. A lot of times we get this so backwards in business that we're like, well, I've opened up my business. I'm amazing at what I do. So everyone should be coming, build it and they will come, right? And you'll put out a few social media posts. Maybe you'll send a couple emails and you're like, what am I missing? What the fuck is going on? Why are people not banging down my door, right? So we get to give before we receive. Sales 101 is giving and then receiving. Giving more and then receiving more. Giving more and more and more and then receiving more and more and more. So if you have a huge financial goal, let's just say your goal is $1 million this year. Are you giving $1 million worth of energy to the world, right? Now, some people may argue, well, I shouldn't have to do that. And so my argument back to that is this is an energetic exchange. Especially if you're marketing online, there is so many scams, unfortunately. I don't say these things to freak you out, but there's so many people getting hacked. There's so many people that are not experts or close to experts or care about you, right? And so people are getting pickier and pickier, and not even pickier, but just more mindful and going slower in the buying process. And so if you're not earning people's trust, then this is the missing piece, right? Because unless somebody has a strong enough pain point where they like go Google and then like research you and bend your content and then buy, which there are those people, I'm not saying that there's not, but a vast majority of people don't know that they need you, but they do need you. Isn't that like the biggest mind fuck? You're like, I know what I have is so valuable, but that other person may not even know that they need that, right? Or know that you can do that for them. And so by you giving before you even ask, creating that desire is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Now, there's all different ways to do this. One directly related to sales and then indirectly related to sales. So there are so many strategies that you can do, like a free webinar or a workshop, right? Or a free event, or like a free coaching call, or you do a free giveaway, right? Those are more directly tied. They're a strategy based on a conversion. Like you do hope that you have a conversion, right? Your time is valuable and you want to showcase your skills. And so you are hoping, like, let's not pretend that you're not, you are hoping that there are a percentage of those people that convert, right? At the end of the day though, if people get value from it, that still feels awesome, right? So it's an amazing thing to do. Then there's indirect giving, meaning you are truly doing it because it feels fucking good and there are zero strings attached. Maybe you send happy mail because it just feels good to you. Maybe you throw an event and there's no pitch and you just want people to have a good time, right? Or maybe for you, you're donating to a charity or giving scholarships because it's the right thing to do. I believe as business owners, we absolutely should be doing the second one, the latter, meaning we do good because it's the right thing to do, right? And there are no strings attached. And also still do the direct strategic giving because one, it does feel good. So you're going to do it more and there are more conversions, which is so cool because these actually go hand in hand. When you actually focus on the first one first, meaning you are giving with sales strategies, okay, and you start to see the conversions, your business starts to grow. And therefore, you have more money to give scholarships. You have more money to donate to charities. You have more money to, throw a big party for just the heck of it, right? And there's no strategy involved with it. You just want people to come and have a good time. Doesn't that sound amazing? Like, yes, please. Like you rent an Airbnb and everyone just gets to come and it's fully like catered with food and there's a DJ. Like, I want to go to that. Like, doesn't that sound like so much fun? And it's just a thank you to people in your world, right? So let's go all in with the first one, knowing that we're going to catch the back one on the second half, right? Because there's beautiful overflow is going to happen. Now, when you feel called to do the second one, I don't want you to feel like you have to wait, but I want more energy, more intention, more focus going into the first one, knowing that that second one is going to just happen automatically because there's an overflow, right? Like our podcast will always be free. There are 300 plus episodes on there. You can get so much free coaching. I do that as an indirect thing, right? Like, yes, would it be great if somebody converted from that? For sure. But my whole intention with the podcast is I've got a lot to say and I want to bring on amazing guests. So I guess in a way there is some indirect sales strategy in it, but the main intention, the main hope and desire is purely to give, because at some point I couldn't afford coaching. I remember I was on a sales call with somebody years ago and it was like a $10,000 package. And I about had a panic attack. I had so many money blocks. I was essentially a stay-at-home mom trying to build a business. So I had no childcare. And so I promised myself I would always find ways to be accessible as much as I could to help women. Because I do believe if you listen to all of those podcast episodes or even just a percentage of them, you're going to get so much value that you're getting coached, indirectly for free and you're going to learn a lot, right? And you're going to be able to implement that. And it's just taking your time, right? So I want you to think about all the ideas that you have for the first giving idea. That sounded really weird. I want you to think about, let's try that again. I want you to think about all of your ideas when it comes to giving with sales strategies in mind. Are you doing workshops or masterclasses or webinars? They're all the same thing, right? Are you doing a giveaway if people opt in on your email list, right? Like, what are we doing to put good energy out into the world with a sales strategy on the back end, right? There is nothing wrong in it. Okay. Don't pretend that it's not there. Like, a lot of my masterclasses, I'll get on and I'll say, hey, I've got an offer for you at the end, right? Like, I'm not going to pretend that there's not, but I'm here to give you value, and I hope you get value. And if you decide to join whatever I'm offering today, it just means I'm going to be able to support you more. And that just like takes my nerves away. And I'm like, I'm here to serve. And yes, invite you to the next step, and there's nothing wrong with that. So like, let's just not make it weird. If there's a sales strategy involved, just call it out, right? Like you get to be able to be a part of this opt-in because you're signing up for my email list, right? And I want to be able to send you emails with great opportunities, right? Like just call it what it is. Like, don't even pretend that it's not there, because it just feels way better and more empowering when you just call it as it is, right? So I want you to focus on the first category and start implementing the first category, knowing that we're going to be able to have beautiful overflow to just completely take care of the second one beyond your wildest dreams, right? Like sending happy mail all the time, doing an annual free event for people that have like been able to help you and support you and cheer you on. And it's just a free event for them. And it's amazing, right? Like, right? And charities that you're passionate about and scholarships that you want to give. Like, the options are endless when you focus on category one and get so fucking good at it that there's just this beautiful overflow. I guarantee you, even if you're doing this a little bit, this is still the missing piece for you, because we can't do this enough. Okay. But what I have found is if we only focus on the second category and we're not doing the first, then you start to become a nonprofit and you're a for-profit. And then the energy gets really funky. Okay. I've been here at many times and I'm like, man, I just keep giving and giving and giving. And I'm like, why am I not at my business goals yet? Right? Like, this feels off. This does not feel good anymore. Right? And so it was because I wasn't focusing on the first category more. Right? And so when you can just completely shift your energy over there for a long extended period of time, it's going to start picking up, right? I have seen this so many times in my business recently where I'm just purely giving and like, yeah, I want to earn their business. So I'm coaching them for free for a hot second. And guess what? It's working, right? They get to feel what it feels like to have a coach in their corner. A lot of people have never felt what that feels like. So they just don't even know what they're missing out on. So by me stepping in with their consent, right, and supporting them in a way that feels good, then they want more. Yes. Create the desire for them to want more. And think about what makes sense for you and your business and your time and your energy, because we do want to honor your time. I don't want you to like start being on 30 bazillion coaching calls and you're like, I'm just so exhausted, right? Again, we get to do this with ease, flow, and fun. So design a plan for category one that feels really good for you, and still do like brainstorm what you want to do in category two, because that will get you really excited to focus on category one, but we're not going to execute category two yet. Again, if something like pulls at your heartstring and you're like, Nellie, I want to like sponsor a kid for Christmas, like do it. Like, if you've got the means, do it. But again, we're focusing most of our energy in category one to then be able to have an overflow for category two. And then you get to double dip. And then we've got some amazing strategies and like some amazing like community building aspects to your business that just feels good, right? Doing good is the right thing to do. And then we can obviously incorporate that into our sales strategy, which will equally still feel good, right? And that is the name of the game. So I want you to think on this a little bit more, create your plan, brainstorm, and then of course, get into action. I'm here to support you. I've got full-time childcare, so my doors are open for business, and I'm like ready to coach you, ready to support you. We've got so many exciting things in the works, but you don't have to wait. Like, just reach out to me if you're like, I don't know what I need, can you help me? Or I know what I need, can you help me? I'm here to be a support for you, but I just love you. I'm cheering you on. Remember, hiring me just means I get to support you more, okay? And be in your energy more. So you're amazing. You've got this. Let's go give and give and give, and then give some more. All right, make it a great day.